Okay. It's about 20 past 12. I should probably be going to bed. Just wanted to talk a bit more on some of these unbelievable things involving presidents. It never seems to make sense to me anymore, you know. Over here in Australia, we've got politicians who, they work their way up through the system, but they're often quite wealthy businessmen. They have a clue what's going on. In America, you've got your career politicians, but so many instances where it seems like government offices it's taken as like a celebrity status. Really. I saw a thing about the end of Obama's presidency, and they come out with the original list that he was going to do. He was going to close down Guantanamo Bay. Didn't happen. Bring in some kind of gun control. Didn't happen. End the war in Iraq and get all the troops out. Sort of happened initially, but then he replaced them all with... and a lot of people don't know this because the media whitewashed it. Replaced them all with bloody mercenaries. And at the end of the day, there wasn't much money saved. Oh, we got the troops out, but yeah, well, you've still got people in there, haven't you? All your indemnity and all that disappears as well because it's private contractors. They come out with 9 different things to ask several people. And they said, hell, we can't mark anything off the list that he actually achieved. And this is the thing. It's almost like a celebrity status of office. All you got to do is look at Arnold Schwarzenegger getting in as Californian governor, and I mean that just sums it up right there. But over here, you couldn't spend 8 years in office and achieve fucking nothing. It just that sort of shit doesn't really happen. They achieve multiple of the things that they promise to do before they get in office. And some they, don't do. But a lot they often do. 80% of them they'll follow through with. And in the United States, honestly, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Obama's on Jimmy Kimmel Live. What the fuck is this? What the hell is going on? Over here, Prime Ministers don't go on things like Jimmy Kimmel Live. They don't go on fucking talk shows. They don't go on sort of, David Letterman style things or Conan style things. None of that shit fucking happens. But really, it's become an office of celebrity, And if you're worried about Trump being in, the dude's a celebrity, so what's the fucking big deal? It's no different from half the rest of them, Really makes me frickin' laugh when I see all this shit about, Miley Cyrus. And I knew one of those idiots had come out with it because we've got dickheads here coming out with the same thing. It was her turn to be president. Fuck me, this is not kids playing on a swing in a park. It's as simple as that. This is running a country. It's not this person has a turn, that person has a turn, another person has a turn, and Hillary, you've been pissing around in politics for fucking 30 years or more, probably more, and, it's her turn now, and so all of you little people step into line and let her have her turn. This is not anybody's fucking turn, because we are not having fun in a playground here. This is something that you have to be able to work your way up to. You know, and don't worry, I've seen this in corporations where I've been here for 12 years, therefore I deserve a promotion. Coming from a guy who can't organise the most basic fucking shit, they think they deserve a promotion, and guess what? They may get it. There's quite a chance they may not. Because, like promotions, presidency has to be earned. You have to show that you can, you know, do the job. It's not her turn. It's not anybody's fucking turn. You know, this is one of these things. You know, otherwise, well, you know, there'd be a little predetermined list. And hey, that's the way the establishment likes to work. Quite interesting with the establishment and all this sort of shit. You know, at the end of the day, my father used to have a saying about this country: it doesn't seem to matter what party gets in, the agenda will always be the same. If they're worried about doing a certain thing, one party will say, we're not going to do it, and they might get in, and they'll do it anyway, and it doesn't matter. Really, if you've got a left-wing or a right-wing group in, what's going to happen is going to happen regardless of who the party is and who is the Prime Minister / President. My father has said that for years. And it was really funny to see the establishment come out full-blown, and the old conspiracy theorists were right. There's no such thing as a Republican Party or a Democrat Party. This is just an illusion to give you this illusion of options, that you've got the illusion of choices, that, you know, well, I'm like this, and so I'm going to choose the Republican Party, or, you know, I'm going to choose the Democrat Party because I like this and that and blah, blah. It's all just a big fucking circus. Because basically both parties are run by the establishment. Now, this was proven quite solid. When George Bush decides to back Hillary for president, and apparently George Bush actually voted for Hillary. And then, well, the conspiracy theorists were right all along. There's no such thing as the right wing and the left wing. That's just a big illusion, a big fucking circus, a big show in front of your eyes to make you think that you got a choice. The reality of the situation is the establishment is above the whole lot of it. And when you see people who were so hated by the left wing, who are die-hard, lifelong, generations-long Republicans who then turn around and vote for a Democrat after backing them publicly, then you realise that they're not lifelong Republicans, they're just lifelong establishment families. Yes. It's not generations of Republicans in the Bush family, it's generations of the establishment. And it's as simple as that. And it was so intriguing to see all that play out, all these different Republicans who ended up voting for Hillary or coming out and saying that they would back Hillary as president over Trump, you know. I might whack in a little clip at the end of this just to show some of these reporters and how unbelievably fucking stupid these people are who end up being interviewers on TV. You know, and you know, you got some people, you know, Larry King and, you know, David Letterman, he had half a clue and stuff like, you know, they have a thought process. But some of these women interviewers and some of the ones who they don't have a talk show, but they're just part of the news. Fucking hell, I'm not joking. My sheep could outsmart these women. If there was one of my sheep and this woman and a salad sandwich, the sheep would get 3 salad sandwiches in a row before she worked out how to save the 4th salad sandwich from being stolen by the sheep. I honestly don't know. And it's true, you know, what Trump has said. Some of the people who are in these positions, in government, it's almost like, well, you know, I'm mates with this one and that one, and therefore I get a job. And the ability of, you know, and same thing what I was saying about the promotion thing, you know, the ability that they have to do the job is close to fucking zero. They are hopeless as negotiators. They are hopeless, you know, in a position as ambassador when they just, you know, end up flat on their face because once again, they were no good at the job they were assigned to. It's just that they had friends who got them into the job, and it's almost like a nice little thing to put on the resume. Or, you know, as I was saying, it's a celebrity thing. Well, I've been the ambassador to Japan, as this one woman had, and no skills, no experience, no nothing. But she knew people in there because she'd been in there interviewing politicians, and oh, well, yeah, you know, we'll get you a job in. Once again, you know, it's they haven't worked their way up to it. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They are no good at the job, and they get in there because of mates, and, you know, they then come out looking like a celebrity, you know. And as Trump said, you know, there's people he knows who are complete miserable pricks who are brilliant negotiators. You need people in these jobs that are suitable for these jobs to get the job done properly, not just somebody who was mates with the right people to be able to weasel their way in there. You know, and that's something that has been known to happen over here with local governments in a big way, with people, you know, getting their kids into jobs, and the competency levels are just horrendous. But yeah. But anyway, it's also unbelievable, just the media whitewashing. You know, you look at the legacy of Hillary, all the bullshit, all the corruption, all the treason, you know, you want to talk about shit going offshore and your job's being lost? She was there trying to organise NAFTA, setting up all this shit to get NAFTA to happen. And guess what? All the car factories, at least most of the Ford ones, went to Mexico, along with a lot of other shit. I work with a Mexican. He tells me there are tons and tons of factories in Mexico. And almost every single stinking thing that Mexico makes in those factories just goes straight over the border in the United States. They don't make all this shit in Mexico for other parts of the world. They just make it for the United States, thanks to NAFTA. Yeah. Anyways, it just, you know, you look at all the stuff, all the rapes that Bill's been involved in, all the shonky shit that Hillary's got up to, and Donald Trump says one thing and they go off like a bag of firecrackers over a comment, you know, and yet Bill Clinton's a fucking rapist, and just let's forget about that. Hillary, you know, has defended a rapist successfully in court who raped a 12-year-old. She got him off on a technicality and then fucking laughed about it, you know, and you know, a lot of these things, there's so much shit that she said, like they've got to go back 11 years back, 19 years back, 25 years back to dig up something that Trump said and then pretend it's relevant to today. And she's saying shit like, I keep a bottle of hot sauce in my pocket to appeal to black voters, you know, and all this other bizarre shit never gets mentioned, you know. But anyway, I'll try and whack on the clip of this brainless bloody interviewer. Yet another person who isn't competent enough to do the job, but is in there because they got the looks, celebrity status, and the friends, yet they can't do the frickin' job.
There are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.